Today I want to share with you a thank you card tutorial, and the first thing I want to do is show you some of the products we're going to be working with, and then we'll get started. So this is a houndstooth, and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. This is from Basic Gray, the Fiction line. We're going to be using this side here. For our card base, we're going to be working with some crumb cake from Stampin' Up. It's a nice heavy cardstock. And then these papers are from the Maggie Holmes 6x6 paper pad. I'm going to be using these sides right here. And then I'm probably going to cut out a couple of different things from the Maggie Holmes die cut sheet. And we're going to be working with some washi tape from that line as well. And then we will be stamping with some Island Indigo ink and the Vintage Versus stamps. Likely going to use this Thanks stamp right there. And then I have some delicate doilies for the big shot, because I want to do a doily in here. We're going to be cutting a doily out from some of that pattern paper. Then we're going to also be working with this pennant shape here in the die cut machine. And then I've got a couple of like random blooms, and these are even some petals that I've pulled off some flowers. And then I also have probably some of these aqua buttons will work into there as well. So that's what we're going to be working with. Okay, let's get started. So I went ahead and pre-cut a couple of things. This is the card base. I'm just going to fold it over and then score. And this is going to go on our card base. We're going to make it, we're going to do some pinking shears on the bottom. Kind of expose some of that crumb cake underneath there. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the card. And then we're going to cut our doily shape with the die cut. We're going to be using this houndstooth. I'm just going to lay it on the die cut machine. Start adding our embellishments. So I die cut some shapes here. I only paper pierced part of the doily because we're going to be trimming it off in the corner. And then I have some banners, or pennant banners here from the die cut. This is from the Maggie Holmes die cut sheet. Cut these out. We'll cut those out a little bit more. So we'll start by placing this where I want it, and then we'll just trim it off. And then we'll just use scissors to trim off the excess. Okay, so that looks good. And then we're going to start by working in some banners at the base. These die cuts are really fun to work with. You can easily do some layering on a card or a scrapbook page if you're a scrapbooker. There we go. And then I want to go ahead and stamp our sentiment so that we can see where it's going. And I have my stamping scrub here so I can clean that stamp immediately. I don't like to let my stamps sit around. over so I get like a line. And then cut it and you've got your perfect fit. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start adhering. Oh, these are like fun layers. And I'm big about it doesn't have to be perfect. All that matters is that you love it. That's it. And I'm going to trim that off a little bit. Once we get all of our layers on, then we will trim. You don't necessarily want to hide the border that we made on the bottom there. Okay, and then we're going to trim the edges again. Okay, that's looking really cute. And then we have some blooms that we talked about earlier. So I'm thinking this with the button, yes. Okay, and I'm going to adhere that with some glue dots. Alright, and there it is. There is our thanks card. Hope you had fun with this card tutorial. See you next time.